There we go. Fixed it. I fixed it. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Wednesday night stream. There's but one thing to talk about. And as T.I. has famously said, you know what it is? Oh yeah. There was a live stream from Marvel earlier. They dropped some names. We're gonna talk about it. So fill your cup and light your smoke. Because chat, we get to talk about Doomsday. Oh, good evening. How are we all doing tonight? Oh my god, I'm so ready to talk about this shit. Are you guys ready to talk about this shit? I'm ready to talk about this shit. Hey, is that... Please don't freeze. We good? We're good. What is going on, chat? Daniel, Spicy Dan, Griff, Brooke, C-Dub. How are we all doing tonight? First thing, there it is. Yeah, Daniel. I gotta give props to Spicy Dan. He sent me a message a little earlier asking me to hurry the fuck up and save him from Borehammer. So, as he just brought up, I am the savior. Oh, hello. Anywho, so yeah, Marvel in a bit of a long ass live stream. Dropped, what up, Icarus? Dropped, some of the cast. That wasn't all the cast. We'll talk about that part. We'll talk about how they constructed this reveal itself. We'll talk about the names we saw. We'll talk about the names we did not see. And then we'll speculate as to what the fuck all this may mean in regards to what we will see in that movie. That's it. That's all we're talking about. There isn't too much else going on in the news, and frankly, I don't give a fuck, because, this is the biggest thing going on. And there's plenty to talk about. So, that's what we're doing. But in the meantime, how you doing, chat? What's going on with you? You guys doing all right? Captain Picard get Palpatine. The hell are you talking about Palpatine? Oh, somehow Palpatine returned. Okay, I get it. Never mind. Never mind. I'm caught up. We're good. I see what you did there. Yeah. Yeah, we got some cool names. Well, let's just shoot the shit for a minute, chat, before we get into all that. What's up with you guys? How you guys doing? Everyone doing okay? Is everyone doing okie dokie? Stop it. Okay. Because I'm doing pretty good. I mean, so far as this announcement goes, I guess we're just going to fucking get right into it. The hell with it. Unless you guys drop something in the chat, and then, of course, you know me, I'm always willing to fucking digress. I don't know, let me check. Okay. Is that better, Icarus? I don't think it was just you. I just noticed my knob was low. Pause. Brennan, what's going on, my guy? What's happening? Yeah, that was kind of cool. I don't think I actually watched that shit with the volume up. Did he say words? Like I was at work the whole time when that was on, so I had it muted. So I don't know if he actually said words. Did he say words? No, no. We're going to be getting into it anyway. I plan on having visual aids, as it were. Not much. Well, I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready for some fun Avengers Doomsday talk. There we go. The extra step on the desktop. There we are. Okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So what overall budget for Doomsday is going to be insane? It's probably going to be up there. They played Loki's theme. No words. Okay. They played Loki's theme when his name appeared in the X-Men 97 theme when Picard appeared. Nice. Cheat on Josh today. Never was alerted he was live. That's all right. I haven't watched the replay, but based on his tweets, he probably spent a lot of his time bitching, and then he played Rivals. So I don't know if anyone who's actually seen the stream can clarify like how accurate I am, or Lotus, what's going on, man? We did not need a Dakota Johnson chair. You shush. No. No. Nope. Yeah, Josh will live though. Yeah, if someone can tell me if I'm inaccurate or elaborate, please feel free. Because it'll be cool. All right. To begin, what did you guys think about how Marvel formatted the announcement? What do you guys think about that? Like a 4.5, 5 hour long, 5.5 almost? How long was that motherfucker? Yeah. According to their own count, 5:27:52. That's how long that live stream was. What do you guys think of that choice? Too much Muse and he thought the show went too fast in episode 6. What the fuck? Oh, you ended up on Harloff's stream? I watch Harloff on the replay semi-often. I like Harloff. It was fun because everyone hated it, says Icarus. Brooks says, honestly, I thought the end was cool, but I wish they didn't have to fixate on each chair for like 10 minutes. Annoying choice, says Brennan. Yeah, like I said, Griff, I didn't watch the stream, but he was fucking hating it on the TwitX. Yeah, especially, I was not a fan. Like, what the fuck are they even doing? Once I realized what was going on after, like, the first 3 chairs took fucking, about a half fucking hour, I'm like, what the shit is this? 12 minutes? Okay. Why 12? When they played the Avengers theme song and showed the logo of Doomsday, that was the best part of the vid. See, I missed that part. I was probably doing my job. Damn it. But yeah, it's like, what in the actual crap is this? And really, it didn't get good till about hour number 3, honestly. Icarus says it was weird, but it worked. This is true. Lots of interaction on Twitter. 10 million views on Twitter. 10 million views on Twitter. Approximately 4-hour stream from the break room and others. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I did catch a little bit of that. Again, I had it on mute, so I didn't hear anything. I was just like, oh, cool. Logo. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Winston and Christian had it timed. Okay. Yeah, Chris, I think it sums it up. It was weird, but it did work. It generated a lot of social media presence. Well, I mean, 10 million views on Twitter, 5.5 hour live stream. You only saw the last half hour of the Marvel stream? Okay. But yeah, 5.5 hour live stream, 10 million views on Twitter. Loved or hated the initial idea, it did fucking work, and it dominated the day. 10 million views. So that's not just, that's not just us core nerds checking that out. 10 million fucking views on Twitter. That's everybody. That's nerds. That's normies. That's everyone in fucking between. Everybody. So I think it is safe to say that while Marvel 100% has had a downturn, it ain't anywhere close to being dead. 10 million views for a 5.5 hour, one chair at a time, every 12 minutes live stream. They're still doing okay. They're still doing okay. Spicy Dan. I got zero work done while bitching about the chairs. Well, I work in a call center, so I can't do zero work. It gets noticed fairly quickly. And credits for Endgame still hits hard. Yeah, they do. They do. So yeah, like I for one was like most of us at the beginning, like, what are we doing here, Marvel? Like, what the fuck is even this? Well, first of all, most people thought it was going to start at earlier than 11. So that was one thing. Like, a lot of people were convinced it was like 9 a.m. Eastern, and then nope. I saw much bitching on Twitter, and then finally came out it was going to go at 11, and people were like, okay, cool. And then started, and then we got a chair. Then we're like, cool. And then we still had that same chair. Okay. Oh, look, there's a second chair. Sweet. Sweet. All right. Now we're going. Yeah, that was very wild at the start. I would say roughly everybody at least was a little displeased. There was a lot of very displeased people out there. I would not say I was very displeased, but I was definitely kind of in what the fuck mode. Yeah. But yeah, once it finally, again, like the first 2-3 hours of it were like, okay, no surprise. Okay, cool, but not a surprise. Cool, but not a surprise. I said that so much at work today. Oh, cool, not a surprise. But then the names got good. Then the names got big for like the last third-ish, I guess you could say, of the stream. Um, so yeah, once we start getting those names, the amount of time between chairs remained the same, but it changed from "Will you please hurry the fuck up, you assholes?" to "Hurry up and give me my juice, please." So just that tonal switch. Same desire to see the next chair as soon as possible, but the reason switched. It went from "God damn it, just hurry the fuck up" to "Ooh, ooh, ooh, who's next? Who's next? Who's next?" You know, there's a difference there. Who was I most hyped to see? Off the top of my head, like immediate reaction, Ian McKellen. I'm super hyped to see Ian McKellen Magneto. Like, I'm a big Ian McKellen guy. So, yeah. Spicy Dan says Frazier. Yeah, Kelsey Grammer back as Beast. Super dope. Here says, so most of the Thunderbolts will be in Doomsday. I guess we know that none of them die other than Taskmaster. Yeah. I mean, those of us, and there were people bitching about that. Oh, so you're spoiling fucking Thunderbolts already. I mean, kind of yeah and kind of no. I mean, spoiling it for people in the the narrow group that we're all in, yeah. But then again, us being in the narrow group we're all in, we all basically already have known for months that Taskmaster's toast. So how much did it really spoil? Because the normies don't fucking pay attention like that. And we all kind of already knew. So, yeah. Brennan says Tatum was most surprising. Not for me. Well, I don't know if I was actually completely 100% surprised. There were just people I was more hyped about. Like, honestly. I mean, that was bordering. Like, I would say a couple of them were a mixture of light surprise and a fuck ton of hype. Ian McKellen being one of those. Yeah, I can't say I was actually surprised by any of them. Although that may change when we go back through them here in a little while. Because we're going back through them. Marvel was kind enough to, a little while after the live stream, put out a 1 minute 42 second quick slide of the chairs. Nice of them, huh? I mean, it's going to make the stream a lot fucking easier, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Channing Tatum was cool. I mean, at first, it would have been more surprising if that unused post-credit scene hadn't come out, where he was about to dip into one of those portals, one of those sorcerer circles, the sorcerer rings, whatever you want to fucking call it, right before Eliath got him. And when that got out, it's kind of like, yeah, he's probably going to be back at some point. So, Spicy Dan, I was excited to see Rebecca Romaine's name, but I don't think I want current Rebecca Romaine interfering with my memories of past Rebecca Romaine. Well, I'm not even sure how she looks these days. Let's see. I forgot where my... Oh, there it is. Oop. How do you look as of this year? Spicy Dan? I don't think you're going to get much interference, bruh. If anything, they're going to need a little more latex. In certain spots. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I don't think there's going to be any memory interference there at all. Oh, Christ, please don't clip that. Exactly, sir. Exactly. Brooke says, cool seeing Hiddleston and McKellen. Yes, very much so. I wonder how the storyline of Doomsday will play out. Well, we'll speculate on that later. That is definitely going to be part of the discussion. Going to be a huge storyline. Oh, most definitely. You weren't too surprised, but you were hyped to see Tatum's name? Yeah. I mean, I wasn't super hyped, but it is. I think it's cool. Like, there wasn't anyone I wasn't. Well, actually, I don't think I can say that either. Yeah, we'll go over it. We'll go over it. Brennan says hype, not Tatum, but Stewart and Sir Ian hyped. Yes, definitely. I mean, I grew up on Star Trek Next Generation. I've been a Patrick Stewart guy for a long time. When the hell did that show even premiere? Like 87 or 88, something like that. Oh, yeah. September 1987 to May 1994. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've been a Patrick Stewart guy for almost 40 years now. So, Brooke says, Gambit's powers and how it will play out in Doomsday. I'm hyped. Always thought his powers were dope. Yeah, especially if they continue to use them how they were used in that final battle in Deadpool and Wolverine, because that was some sick shit. What they were doing, like having him literally just blow people up with his energy instead of just chucking shit at them. That was fucking dope, and I want to see more. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, boys. Next generation, baby. I mean, you don't have to be a Trek guy, Brennan. You don't have to be. Should. You have to. All right, I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, much better. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that. But yeah, Voyager was good too. I like DS9. The ending was a little weird, but overall I like DS9. Well, I like shit, what's the dude's name? That was who played Cisco in that. I cannot remember his damn name, and I like that guy too. Matter of fact, that guy used to play a dude named Hawk in a show called no, it wasn't Remington Steele. Spencer for Hire. My mom loved that show, and I thought he was a cool character. Star Trek teaching you how to be human. Yeah, I mean Roddenberry had a very utopian view of the future. Very idealistic view of the future. One I have no hope of ever happening, but then again, I'm a fucking cynic, so you know. Friend says, good to see OG Nightcrawler. Yes, it is. Brooke says, in the comics, Doom works with Molecule Man and is able to steal the Beyonder's powers. I wonder who will they cast for Beyonders and Molecule Man. I don't think they're going to adapt that directly. I think possibly Loki is going to stand in for the Molecule Man, since he's literally sitting at the center of the multiverse outside of time anyway. Delta Dan, what's going on? Damn right, Icarus. Kurt Wagner is back. Icarus, you missed 5 hours of chair. Nah, you haven't missed much. We're just barely getting into it. So far, all we've covered is how we felt about the format and whether it worked or not and how well it worked and whatnot. Basically, it amounts to there was a whole lot of what the fuck at the beginning, then the cool names started to show up, and it got like 10 million views on Twitter, so As annoying as that format was, it actually did fucking work because that dominated the day. That 5.5 hour live stream dominated the fucking day. And it's still dominating the TwitX. So, well, there was a lot of bitching at the beginning of it, myself included. It did end up doing some damage. Like I said, 10 million views on Twitter, 4.4 mil on the tubes. For the live one. The compilation video that we're going to be going through has 1.7 million, so there's been some impact. Lou! What's going on? Yeah, we're talking chairs, Delta Dan. Musical. Talking about gaining appropriate leverage to knock someone off a chair so you can take it and they get put out of the game. You know, that's kind of physical maneuvering akin to what happens on a line of scrimmage. You know, it's all about positioning and leverage, and then you can take that motherfucking chair. Yeah. Brooke says, given RDJ is both Doom and Tony Stark, wonder what kind of Iron Man-like aesthetic Dr. Doom's armor will have in the MCU. I'm sure there will be some aesthetics borrowed from Iron Man for RDJ Doom. Oh, I would imagine. I would imagine the suits are going to be recognizably similar. Yeah, I'll put it that way. I'll put it that way. Says Brennan says, I heard bitching the whole time. Oh, yeah. I can imagine. What's hilarious is people watched all 5.5 hours of it. They were bitching the whole time. They still watched that motherfucker. Lou! I can't remember what Allen Iverson sounds like. Talking chairs and voice of Allen Iverson, says Brennan, and I don't remember what Allen Iverson sounds like. Yeah. Maybe if they had ads, the view stream time could make up for some of Marvel's recent L's. Maybe. Brooke says, I think Dr. Doom's armor used some sort of nuclear propulsion or something, which is very dope. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I watched because I needed to know. Okay. I mean, me too. Like, I was very tempted to be like, fuck this shit. There will be a summary of some kind and talk about it. But instead, nope. I watched the whole thing. I tweeted about the whole thing. I did all the stuff. I did all the stuff. I did all the stuff. So, like I said, there's a lot of bitching, myself included, but it did end up fucking working because the engagement was crazy. Oh, I remember now. Are we really talking about practice? Okay, yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Delta Dan. Yep. Okay, yeah. All right. Any further thoughts about the live stream itself, the format, or anything like that? Didn't watch the whole thing. Discord kept you informed, Delta Dan? Yeah. Yeah. If there are no further thoughts, we will dive in to the actual names that they gave us. How we feel about them. Yeah, we're going to go one by one on these bitches. We're getting into this shit. We're getting into this. I hope you're ready. Yeah, we'll get to that, Brooke. But yeah, people are like, what the fuck? Yeah, there's quite a few names that people were like, where the fuck are these names? But fear not. I got you covered on that one too, folks. You'll see. You will see. Okay. All right, we ready to check out these chairs and talk about these names, folks? I think we're ready. What the hell? So, the first name we were blessed with today, Chris Hemsworth. 100% officially back, unsurprisingly, as Thor. I wonder in what fashion they're going to fit him in. Dan says the format was whack as fuck. Worse than the far away before the Fantastic Four trailer, but good on them if people watch. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Thor. Oh, we'll get to him. Well, see, here's the thing. I almost kind of would have needed me personally. I kind of almost would have needed a Thor 5 to like really have a feel for what the fuck he's been up to. You know, like, has he found interesting shit running around with Eternity? Can't have Avengers without Thor. Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can try, but you'll probably fucking fail. Yeah, so I mean, very cool. Obviously, we all love Thor. Won't be Fat Thor. He was in shape by the end of Love and Thunder. One of the few aspects of that movie that they got right. Dad bod Thor is no more. Will they include love or only have the thunder? See, I don't know. Because love is eternity, so that's a fairly significant entity. So I don't know. I feel like if the multiverse is going to crash, eternity should be involved in some fashion or another. But I have absolutely no idea how. And it's entirely possible that they won't. I mean, some people will definitely question it if they don't bring her back as well. But they may just say, fuck it and not. But if I was being absolutely 100% forced to say yes or no on that question, I would say yes. We will get eternity in the form of the young child. Unless they age her up. You never know. They might age her up. I mean, she's eternity, so you wouldn't really need to age her up. But, of course, if you didn't age her up, you'd have to recast. If you wanted the same actors, you'd have to fucking age her up. So, yeah, she'll probably, if she is in it, she'll probably be aged up some as well. Because, you know, the actress would be naturally aged up because, you know, she's real and a human and growing. Brooke says Thor will probably be vital given his power. We'll be getting back muscular Thor with long hair. Yeah. Well, we got muscular Thor back in Love and Thunder. So many casts still not mentioned. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We will talk about the names not seen after we talk about the names that are seen. Yeah, I'll be Delta Dan. I've got tweets. I've got images. I'll show you. We'll get to. Well, that'll be part of the names not seen discussion. Schneider said 45 were to be announced. Yeah, I mean, even that's an approximation from him, but yeah, between 45 and 50 we're looking at. And we got like whether or not you want to include RDJ, we got somewhere around 25, 26, 27 names today. So I just don't want to, not 100% sure what the final count is because I've seen 3 different fucking numbers all from reliable people on Twitter. So it's like, what the fuck? Brooke wonders who they'll cast for the Beyonder. That, yeah, who knows? And I'm hoping to see a variant of Thanos too in Doomsday. Yeah. Well, if not in Doomsday, definitely Secret Wars, because I really want them to give me that comic panel on screen. Predator shit. Thought he said 50. Might be 50. Could be. Could be. All right, any further thoughts on the Hemsworth? On the Thor of it all? If not, we'll move on. Because we do have like 25, 26, 27 of these motherfuckers to go through. You know what? I'm going to keep count. I'm going to keep my own count. Fuck those unreliable Twitter bitches. 1. Okay. Think Loki will play a Beyonder type role? Yeah, I definitely think it's a possibility. If not a Beyonder type role, he could be how they adapt Molecule Man. Thunderbolt names were spoilers. Yeah, well, once the end of the stream happened, then yes, because they literally only didn't include one. Yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, chair number 2. Sue Storm. Okay, I mean, obviously. What more can you say about, well, when we get to any of the Fantastic Four, what more can you say other than obviously? I mean, we don't know what our hype level should be for the character because we haven't seen the fucking movie yet. We don't get to see that till July. So, but I mean, yeah, it only makes sense. And of course, you know, I mean, Sue Storm's, if they, yeah, well, that too, Delta Dan. And if they write her correctly, you know, she'll be dope into the Fantastic Four, you know, movie itself. And then, you know, we'll all be looking forward to see her in, you know, these next 2 Avengers movies as well. But yeah, not really a whole lot to say because we haven't actually seen the character in action yet in her current iteration. They should just put the Fantastic Four on one chair. I mean, there are definitely ways they could have done this better. For sure, Delta Dan. They bring lots of multiverse into this movie. Well, yeah, because they have to bring it all in so they can destroy it. Chair number 3. No surprise there either. I mean, we just saw his movie. We saw him get warned by the leader in that lame-ass post-credit. So, yeah, this is why people were bitching the first 3 hours, because these are none of the... We're not going to see anything remotely ultra-hype or even slightly surprising for a minute. Chair number 4. Thunderbolt number 1, and probably the one who's going to be leading them by the end of the movie. Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. the White Soldier. Did I just say White Soldier? Winter Soldier. Jesus Christ. I mean, Winter's white, so leave me alone. Yep. But again, no big surprise. Chair number 5. Oh, the comments after we saw this one. Shuri's back. I mean, let's be real. It was going to fucking happen. She's our current Black Panther. Yeah, I know, Lou. I fucked that one up. But yeah, she's our current Black Panther. Like it or not, that's just the fucking way it is. He is a white soldier, though. He is. Delta Dan. He is a white soldier. But yeah, so, like, I mean, people can be out there. I mean, I'm one of them, expressing their, like, displeasure that she's still Black Panther, because she shouldn't be. Yeah, I said Black Panther. So yeah, Letitia Wright, aka, well, playing Shuri, is the Black Panther currently. I mean, we'll see what they do in the movies. We'll see if they bring us a multiversal grown-ass man T'Challa Black Panther from some universe. I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, Black Panther's a huge part of the Hickman run, although the more that comes out, the less and less it looks like they're adapting the Hickman run as much as we originally thought they were. You know? So, but yeah, it's like, bitch all you want, folks. Things are the way they are, and right now, she are the Black Panther, and she gonna be in Doomsday as the Black Panther. I don't know how much more there's to say about that, but Chad, if you got anything else to say about it, let her fly. Can't wait for the T'Challa recast, says Lou. Yep. Brooke says, Shuri's role will be one to think about. Not surprised. Do wonder if T'Challa's son will appear in Secret Wars as the new Black Panther. Spicy Dan says, boo. I have a feeling we may see him still young in Doomsday, but maybe not. For sure in Secret Wars, though. We're going to scratch that. I hope they recast T'Challa, or in the future, just have T'Challa's son be the worthy successor as Black Panther. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up with, is they're going to age up T'Challa, son of T'Challa, Toussaint. Then he'll probably end up being the next Black Panther after Shuri. But we'll see. All right, chair number 6. Paul Rudd. Oh. They didn't do it the same as they did in live stream. In the live stream, they showed it as a little chair, which was just, gotta give them credit. That was a little clever. I don't know why it's full size in this, because they showed it as shrunk in the live stream, but still cool. But yeah, Ant-Man. I mean, yeah, Ant-Man's got to be in it. If for no other reason, then they really don't have Paul Rudd was tiny chair. Yeah, exactly. They're showing it normal size in this short recap video, assholes. You'd think they'd keep that the same. Anywho, yeah, of course Ant-Man's going to be in it because the Avengers roster is ass, and so they have no choice. Delta Dan says, if they don't cast Damson Idris from Snowfall in Secret Wars, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, as a multiversal T'Challa? Okay, yep, for T'Challa. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there fan casting Damson Idris as the next T'Challa in some fashion or another, for sure. But yeah, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, again. And I'm going to be saying this a lot for the first probably half of these chairs. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all, given the circumstances, given the fact that those dumbasses had him actually beat Kang, and the fact that the Avengers roster is lacking. Yeah, there is no way we were not going to see Ant-Man in this movie. Chair number 7. Or whatever we're on. Ah, yes. Chair number 7. Thunderbolt number 2, Wyatt Russell, U.S. Patriot. Again, not a shock. We knew the Thunderbolts were going to be a team. And again, think back to Infinity War. There's multiple teams of Avengers running around in that one. Going to be the same thing here. And Thunderbolts are going to be one of those teams, or whatever they end up being named after the movie comes out. Number 1, Delta Dan, whooped, is going way too far. And number 2, that's not the way that movie ended. Or that movie should have ended. But yes, he does have to be there. So yeah, second Thunderbolt. And again, Thunderbolts are going to be one of the teams, whatever they asterisk means. New Avengers, Dark Avengers, whatever. They will be one of the active teams in Doomsday, fighting who the fuck knows who. And did y'all notice? No, I'll bring that up later. Chair number 8. Oh, actually, I'll be bringing it up now. Tenoch Huerta Mejia, known to us as Namor. Not a surprise. Obviously, he was the big bad in Black Panther 2. Um, this is where I'm not sure how big a part he plays in the Secret Wars books from the 80s. Daniel, at least no one dies in Thunderbolts. Fucking good one. Taskmaster is dead. But in the Hickman run, he plays a big part. The first one, Sebastian Stan. Bucky. Bucky was the first Thunderbolt Lou listed. Yeah, so we have, if they're going to use him the way Hickman did, a lot of these actors I had to Google a couple. Like, I'll be real, I had to Google a couple. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Namor, or as he's known in the MCU, Namor, played a fairly villainous role in the Hickman run. So, and as we'll see as we go through, we did not see any. Oh, we saw, other than this guy, I think we saw, well, no. We saw maybe 3 villainous names in this entire list. Maybe 3. He's the first one. But yeah, so what could Namor's presence mean? A, they are doing some of the Hickman run. This pretty much has to indicate it, unless one of you knows something about the books from the 80s. I don't know how big a part Namor played in those, but yeah, so he was on the Illuminati. He ended up as part of the Cabal with Thanos and assorted other douche nozzles, the Maker. So yeah, a little bit of a hint as to what we might see. We might see a little Cabal action where, like Brennan said, Illuminati possibly. I think we'll see Illuminati first. Like in the Hickman run. He'll be in the Illuminati first, and then he'll end up being part of the Cabal. Or whatever they decide to call it. The bad guys. The bad guy team. The team of bad guys. He's going to be on the team of bad guys. Okay? The team of bad guys. Delta Dan says Namor is dope. I mean, he was pretty cool. They could have made him cooler. Would have been a lot cooler if they did. But, you know. Am I excited? If they handle him in these movies the way he was handled in the Hickman run, then yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this. And who knows? Maybe they'll maybe in like a Battle World movie, or in late this movie, or early Secret Wars, they'll play with the some of the interplay that he and Sue Storm have had in the comics. Brown chicken, brown cow. Anyway, next chair. Second member of the Fantastic Four. The Thing. Ben Grimm. Ebon Moss-Backrack. Again, no surprise. And again, haven't seen him in action yet. He's fun to play in Rivals. I've been annihilated by Namor plenty in Rivals. That's for damn sure. That motherfucker. Anyway, but yeah, so again, haven't seen him in action. Don't really know how hyped I should be, but you know, fucking A, Fantastic Four. Let's do it. Next chair. Chair number 10, Simu Liu. Shang-Chi is confirmed. For Doomsday. Now, how will he be used? That's the thing. I mean, they're going to have to use the 10 rings. They got to bring in, they're bringing him in. That means we're bringing in the 10 rings. And ever since Shang-Chi came out, the speculation on the 10 rings has kind of coalesced around the opinion that they are celestial technology, which is what Kang used a lot of, because obviously the original idea was to tie this shit into Kang. But it also ties into the throne at the end of time that Loki sits on, because that's also celestial technology. Um, so that's kind of how that ties in there. Doom's going to need the 10 rings, probably to aid him to take on Loki. Um, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure, he's going to be there, obviously, to help battle Doom and whatever. Wonder how many of these chair characters are. That's a good fucking question. Bring that back up after we're done with all the discussion and speculation, and I'll go back here and we'll figure that shit out at the end. How's that sound, Delta Dan? That sound cool? Just remind me later. We'll get into it. We'll check that shit out, because that's actually kind of an interesting question. So yeah, I think the biggest thing, other than the fact that he's a cool character and he whoops a lot of ass, hand to hand, granted, but he whoops a lot of ass, and now he's got the 10 rings, and I'm pretty sure Doom's gonna be after the 10 rings. So yeah, we get us some Shang-Chi, baby, and I think that's how he's gonna fit in. It's however he fits in. A lot of it's gonna have to do with the 10 rings. I'm quite sure. And also, he'll probably be on the Mackie Avengers team, as opposed to Bucky's Thunderbolts, whatever they end up being called. Probably New Avengers. No, he's not in Marvel Rivals yet, Brooke. You're right. Shang-Chi is not in Marvel Rivals yet. All right, Chair 11. Florence Pew Pew. Can say the same thing about the Thunderbolts we can say about Fantastic Four. We've seen Yelena in action before, and we all like Florence Pugh Pugh as Yelena Belova. But not a surprise. She's on one of the teams that's going to be doing battle throughout the movie with the forces, or possibly against the man himself, Dr. Doom. So, no big surprise, but it's always cool to see her beautiful face and everything else on screen. Chair number 12. Okay, this is the first one I was like, fuck yeah. Because first of all, I loved Kelsey Grammer. I love Kelsey Grammer as Beast. That's number one. Number two, our first hint at X-Men. Even if they're not the new ones. Now, is it a surprise? No. But it's what him being in there could mean. And put a pin in what Kelsey Grammer's presence in this movie could mean. Okay? Put a pin in that one. And we'll come back to it. But yeah, this is the first one I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do this shit. X-Men! Mutants! Yes. Why, did she shave her head or something, Delta Dan? Maybe she'll just be wearing a lot of hats or a wig or something. But yeah, this was my first oh fuck yeah moment. Kelsey Grammer confirmed as Beast. Next chair. Ladies and gentlemen, Sentry is going to be in this movie. And that's cool. That's very cool. Number one, they're going to need the fucking power. Like, they don't have a lot of heavy hitters left anymore. They need more X-Men and Rivals? Yes, they do. Exactly, Lou. To me, my X-Men. Yeah, so we are going to get Sentry, which is cool. Number one, like I said, because they need the firepower. And number two, because that means he's not going to be, because he's going to be a villain in Thunderbolts. But obviously, what's going to happen is we're going to end up with just the Sentry, and somehow they're going to deal with the Void. Please, God, don't let it be the rumor I've heard where they defeat him with the power of friendship. Because I've seen that bounce around on Twitter. Is they're going to defeat the Void, basically how Mackie beat Red Hulk by talking that motherfucker down. I will be annoyed if that's how they fucking do that shit. But yeah, knowing Sentry's gonna be there. Excuse me. Dope. They're gonna need the firepower, and I'm guessing we're gonna enjoy him as a character by the end of Thunderbolts. But he's also kind of on the on that we gotta wait and see exactly how well they do him in the movie too. So, but yeah, I'm down for some Sentry in this movie. Yeah, me too, Delta Dan. Spicy Dan, I think that's how DC's first Crisis ended, the power of friendship. I mean, all right. All right. Let's just deal with that real quick while we're on the subject. Being able to solve problems with positive emotions like love or friendship or what have you is, in principle, how you would want every conflict to end. Ideally. In a utopian society, that's how every conflict would end, through the power of friendship / love / whatever. No, not that, Delta Dan. You stop! You knock that off. But yeah, it's the ideal way that all conflict would be resolved. However, idealism, god damn it, Spicy Dan. However, when idealism and reality meet, idealism generally gets fucking taken to Pound Town by reality. So, and frankly, beating a comic book villain with the power of friendship is just in general lame. It's a nice trope for... Oh, Brennan. Oh, man. So this is what it's like to be Josh. I don't mind it. Keep trolling me, motherfuckers. I don't care. But yeah, it's a nice trope, but it does not belong in comic book movies. Power of many. You can play that game, y'all. And I'm the one that can make all the noise. So, but yeah, Sentry, dope. Not surprising. Don't know how excited I should be yet, because we have to get past May. But yeah, on paper, Sentry, dope. Next chair. This is patently not exciting. If you don't know who this is our new Falcon. I hate how he was written in Cap 4. I don't fucking care. Real talk, kind of hope Doom takes his ass out. Or one of Doom's... Kind of hope he gets taken out, just in general. Don't really care who does it. Yeah. I think it's time for the hat trick of Mackie to watch his wingman get blown out of the fucking sky, except this time it'll be permanent. They just have made his character compelling, and he's a waste of screen time to me. I'm sorry. It's Marvel's fault. Let me state that so it's very clear. It's Marvel's fucking fault. Any character we don't like is Marvel's fucking fault. But since they fucked him up, I don't give a shit. I don't need him. Kind of don't even want him. Maybe we'll get some cooler dance moves this time. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so Danny Ramirez, the new Falcon, don't even, what's his name in the movie? Torres or whatever? Yeah, don't fucking care. Moving on. I marked that down. Yes, I think I did. Okay. Next chair. I'm gonna have to double check my count. Johnny Storm. Rinse and repeat. Yay, Fantastic Four person. Don't know how good the character is going to be. Got to see the movie. Not a surprise. And I don't know what more you can say other than, yeah, Johnny Storm. Next chair. Oops. There we go. Red Guardian. And same deal, rinse and repeat. I mean, we've seen Red Guardian before, obviously. He's a fun guy. I hope, my one hope for this character in this movie, just one. Because overall, I enjoy the character. I'm going to need them to reduce the joke content for this character by at least 25%. That's all I ask. Other than that, let's fucking go Red Guardian. I love David Harbour playing this role. It's a fun role, but if they could get a little more seriousness out of him, that's not exactly true. Lou, we'll get there. But yeah. So yeah, dope. I like Red Guardian. I think Johnny Storm and Chris Evans will have a moment. Not in this movie. If they have a moment, it'll be in Secret Wars. In my opinion. So yeah, Red Guardian. Take away the mystery? No. Why the hell would I take away the mystery? It's called retention. And I desperately need it. But yeah, dope. Red Guardian. I just need them to take the jokes down about 3 or 4 notches and bring the seriousness up about 2 to 3 notches. And then, for me, booyah. Next. Winston Duke, better known as M'Baku. Another Black Panther character that I like. I like M'Baku. I think he's a fun character. I think it's pretty cool and also unsurprising that we'll see him, given that he's a at this point fairly integral part of Wakanda. So not a big shock, but very cool. Just 'cause I like M'Baku. Like, I'm not like, fuck yeah, M'Baku, let's go, but I like M'Baku. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more we can say about that other than M'Baku's cool. Let's see what they do with him. Hannah John Kamen. Chat, this is Ghost. The next Thunderbolt to be introduced, or whatever they're calling him after what or the next asterisk I'm going to call him to be introduced. You'd rather him be Black Panther? We need a T'Challa Black Panther. I'm with a lot of I'm with the people that lean that way. We need a T'Challa Black Panther. Like, just the character of T'Challa is super integral to Marvel Comics in general, but especially within the last couple decades. Nope. No, Lou. Ghost is not going to die. But yeah, so we have Ghost. We saw her in Ant-Man 2. There you go, Lou. You put it together. We saw her in Ant-Man 2. She could have been written better. She looks like she has been written better from the trailers from Thunderbolts. So for me, I'm not, again, I haven't seen her in too much action outside the one movie. Gonna want to see how they handle her in Thunderbolts. But, cool, but not. Wee. Travis Mitchell! What's happening, my guy? Yeah. So, but yep, Ghost confirmed. Give me just one moment here. What are you doing? All right. No one cares about Taskmaster. Not the way the MCU did the character. No, they no, don't. Comic book version, dope as fuck. MCU version, not great. Okay. How the hell did we get back there? How does that affect things? Where were we at? Guardian, M'Baku, Ghost. Okay. See, at this point, we were probably like, fuck yeah, there's Spider-Man. But in my mind, the better Tom H. Motherfuckers, Loki is officially in this bitch. Hell to the motherfucking... This I'm hype about. Not surprised, but still hype about. This, and the bigger thing about seeing the, Hiddleston here is we can start theories and speculation. Which Loki? The one from the end of Loki season 2, the one that's holding the multiverse together. Otherwise, it would have a female actress's name if it was Sylvie. Yeah, that's going to be the Loki. That's the only Loki that matters. Is the one sitting on a chair, just like Tom's going to be in that chair. Yes, God of motherfucking stories, exactly, Spicy Dan. So it has been speculated for quite some time that, and rumored that Loki is going to be a big part of Doomsday. Think we getting the TVA? Kind of almost have to. At least a little bit. So, yeah, I think we're getting that. I think they're probably going to bring back Owen Wilson. Could be one of the names that were not announced today. Possibly, maybe, and it would make sense considering how integral he was by the end of Loki season 2. We could get some Ouroboros back. The actor's name escapes me right now. Ke Huy Quan. There we go. I think we'll get we may get Owen Wilson and Ke Huy Quan back, and probably B13 or 14, whatever the fuck her name is. If we get any TVA, those three at the top of the list for me. But yeah, so yeah, when it comes down to Loki's role in Doomsday, the fact that he's sitting on the throne at the end of time, which is probably celestial technology, and literally holding the multiverse together, there's nothing... Doom can't do shit with the multiverse without going through Loki. Like, if you wanna do a bunch of shit with, like, say, a bunch of vines or branches on a tree, you know what the easiest way to change shit is with that? Pull the fucking roots out. And that's literally what Loki is right now. He is the root of the multiverse, of the Yggdrasil tree that they showed us at the end of Loki season 2. Loki is the root. And in order for Doom to take full control of whatever, he needs to be at the base. He needs to be the root. He's going to have to get rid of Loki one way or another. Now, I do not think defeating Loki will result in the end of Loki. I think it'll just be a defeat and a takeover. Loki will escape, and he will be a big part of Secret Wars in fighting Doom and defeating Doom. That's what I think. That's what some rumors have said. That's what other people have speculated. I agree with that shit. Figure says, so Loki sees that this Doom guy is making trouble in the multiverse and is assembling the old band back together. I don't think it's going to be if he sees Doom making trouble. I think it'll be after Doom kicks his ass. He will have to flee Doom, and then he'll go recruiting. Travis says, if you look at the picture RDJ posted, you see a fire perimeter sign above Quinn's chair, makes sense, and a set light above Mackie and McKellen's chair. Maybe a hint at them being odds in the original comic. Maybe. Cap and Magneto, that is. Yeah. And I don't know why. I mean, I don't know if that'd be a big deal. Cap and Magneto. But yeah, so this is huge. Loki confirmed is huge. So, anybody got anything else to say about Loki? Yes, it's obvious I'm spending more time on certain characters than others because certain characters are much more dope than others. God damn it, I already lost count. I give up. Because that'd be cool watching Doom kicking ass of a time jumping uber god. I mean, in order for to paraphrase an old saying, if you want to be the god, you got to beat the god. And Doom's goal is to be God Emperor Doom, so he gonna have to be God of motherfucking stories, as Spicy Dan called him. It's just got to go like that. I don't see any other way around it personally. Oh, Travis might. He comes up with all kinds of interesting theories, but I don't see a way around Loki and Doom facing off. I just don't. Not with what Loki's doing now. All right, next. This is kind of where it started getting good here, is with Hiddleston, by the way. Booyah. Fucking booyah. Professor X, motherfuckers. Professor fucking Charles fucking Xavier. Patrick motherfucking Stewart, baby. This one was one that got me like, fuck yeah. Not surprising, of course, but definitely in fuck yeah territory. Travis says, Cap and Magneto were the two fighting for leadership in the original Secret Wars. Okay. Magneto not thinking Cap fights for the Inhumans, mutants as much as he does regular people. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am much less familiar with the 80s Secret War books than I am the Hickman books. Technically, I've read none of them, but I have watched... I spent a lot more time watching the Hickman run videos on Rob's channel than I have the original one. Exactly, Lou. Sir Patrick Stewart. Here it says, we'll probably get a live-action version of the running shot from the animated X-Men. Dude, I would be so down for that, but instead of the evil mutants, it would be the Avengers. Yep, that's right, Brooke. The Beyonder created Battleworld. And that one was strictly heroes versus villains, rather than a God Emperor Doom ruling everybody. Travis says original Secret Wars is kind of ass anyway. That's funny. But yeah. Professor X, bitches. Need I say more? But keep in mind, that's 2 X-Men now. Just keep that in the back of your heads. Rob is like nerd Bible study. Oh my god, that is 100% accurate. I've never heard it put that way before, but that is well done, Delta Dan. Well done. Yes, he is nerd Bible study. I should start watching him every Wednesday or every Wednesday night after stream, and then like Sundays. That's the church schedule I grew up on: Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night prayer meeting. All right. Charles motherfucking Xavier, baby. Next. Yeah, 2 in a row. This is where I almost did not want to get up from my desk because there was movement. Professor X and Magneto back to back. Oh my motherfucking god. Yes. And I would just lose my fucking mind if they found a way to fit in "You Shall Not Pass" into his script somewhere. No, Charles, you shall not pass. You know, something like that. I think that would be sick. But now we have another Fox X-Man character. Fox X-Men character. Technically, he's not an X-Man. But motherfucking Magneto, guys. Motherfucking Magneto. Motherfucking Magneto. All right, this was the first name I had to Google. I'm like, fuck, who the hell is Alan Cumming? And then when I Googled it, I saw who he was. I was like, 3 X-Men in a row? Nightcrawler, baby. Motherfucking Kurt Wagner in this bitch. Is it Magneto the Gray or Magneto the White? Now, as old as Ian McKellen is now, it's Magneto the White. But yeah. Kurt Wagner, a.k.a. the Nightcrawler. Kurt Wagner is going to be in Doomsday, baby. Hell to the motherfucking yeah. The Fox mutants are starting to pile up, yo. They can finally explain why he's absent after X2? Yeah. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. See, choir practice, we always stuck in on Sunday between services. Oh, you didn't like the Kelvin timeline ones, Icarus? The new ones, the Chris Pine ones? But yeah, so yeah, I real talk, I had to Google it. I'm not even gonna try and front. I had to Google it, but I'll tell you what, the results of that Google search were fucking exciting. And again, notice how the mutants are piling up now, the Fox mutants. And another one, Rebecca Romaine, Mystique, baby. Raven Darkholm in this bitch. Icarus, the Kelvin movies are fun action flicks with lots of lens flares. I mean, yeah, that is true. But yep, Mystique's back, y'all. Another OG Fox character. And notice how none of these Fox X-Men are the younger generation ones. This is not the first class line. This is the OG line. Nemesis was crap. I haven't watched it in so long. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone's picked up on that yet, but this is none of the first class cast. No McAvoy, no Fassbender, no Lawrence, none of them. But we got the OG motherfuckers going. And this is the 4th one in a row, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. They went Hiddleston, Stewart, McKellen, Cumming, Romaine. I'd like to see Cumming, Romaine. Rebecca Romaine better still be nude with blue paint. Fuck yeah, she better be. And you saw, were you here when I pulled up a current picture of her? Go back and look for that at your leisure. Yeah, you'll see. She will still look just as good in that fucking blue latex painted onto her. Yeah. Tom Hardy played a younger Picard. Yeah, it's definitely been a long time since I watched that. Then. Fuck, I didn't remember Tom Hardy was in that. But yeah, so we have yet another mutant, folks. In this case, it's a villainous mutant. So we've had Professor X, good guy. Magneto, bad guy. Alan Cumming, Nightcrawler, good guy. Rebecca Romaine, Mystique, bad guy. Oh, I gotta go look it up again. Okay. Fine. At least I don't have to type it in twice. There you go, Delta Dan. That's from this year. She is fitty. This is what she looks like right now. This is what she's going to look like filming. She's going to be, unless this dress is throwing things off, they may need, again, as I said earlier, they just may be needing a little more blue latex this time around. Okay. God damn it, every time I fucking type. Okay, there we go. C-Dub says, because it's going to be Avengers versus Fox X-Men, and the old OG X-Men are the most expendable. We might get the first class actors in Secret Wars, maybe. I kind of think that's how that's gonna go, at least so far as the old X-Men, like the OGs. Yeah, if we get the first class, well, they might throw a couple first class actors in this one as well. We'll get into that, but there's more character announcements, actor announcements to come. But yeah, that's what I think they're getting at too, and we'll talk about that more later. Travis says, similar to how the Marvels swap places, it would be neat to have the characters shift into alternate versions of themselves during fights. That actually, Travis, would be fucking cool. How the hell did I get back to Simu Liu? We're on the beautiful and sexy Rebecca Romaine. Thank you very much. That would be a sick ass idea though, Travis. I like that a lot. Who do I think C Dub wants to know who I think will make it out of this movie and be alive for Secret Wars? Not the Fox X-Men. I would say I honestly, I keep going back and forth on how many current 616, for lack of a better term, Avengers they'll kill in this movie, or even throughout. Well, yes, just for this movie. They might kill a couple, but I think most of the casualties are going to be with the Fox mutants. Both X-Men and villains. I think that's where most of them are going to be. But we'll see. Yeah, I think most of the deaths are going to be the Fox characters. Mystique, bad, good. She's got her son Nightcrawler in the mix. Exactly. She was damn near naked too. Yep. Well, they have Wolverine in the OG X-Man team. I feel like we have to see Jackman. Now, whether he is the Fox Jackman or the new MCU Jackman, or maybe even both, we'll see. But I don't see how we are not going to see Jackman in one of the as Wolverine, whichever one it happens to be. Although, yeah, no, because he came from a different universe. But yeah. Here says they will all die in that movie, and the other half of the Packers will appear in Secret Wars. I mean, very possibly. Very possibly. Look, folks, it's Cyclops. They're just racking up the mutants. What is this, the 6th one in a row now? 1, 2, oops. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Fox X-Men characters in a row. In a row. Cyclops. Here's really all I got to say about Cyclops being in it is they had better treat him a lot better than they did in the Fox movies. So I'm going to say about that one. He needs to be much better written. Travis says, Doom punches Tom Holland, separating his spirit from his body with Andrews and Toby's behind him. Then they all go back into him. Pause. Yeah. That'd be interesting. Bell Dan says X-Men got to be on the same side against people they never met. Oh, you mean like all the mutant characters? Yeah, probably. Because they're going to be coming from Earth 10005, 10,005, where you want. Didn't Cyclops die in X3? Yes. I am of the opinion that they will handle that by saying that Earth 10005 is not the exact same Fox universe as the one where he died. But yes, he did die in X3 from the Phoenix Force. Is he brought back in Days of Future Past? God, I need to go back and rewatch that motherfucker. I haven't watched any of those movies in for ever. Thank you, Travis. I had forgotten about that. So never mind. They're not going to have to fuck around with it. It's already been fixed. Cyclops likes NSYNC. That is true. That is true. Holy shit. What NSYNC song was playing in the movie? Was it Bye Bye Bye? Because that would be a hilarious callback. If that was Bye 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 in the original Fox X-Men and then they reused it in Deadpool and Wolverine. That would be fucking hilarious if that's an actual callback. That would be fucking hysterical. But yeah, so I just want them to write him a lot closer to how he's written in X-Men, the animated show. So. Oh yeah, totally. Totally C-dub. Yeah, so other than that, hell yeah, give mutants. Been waiting for them. It is. You're 100% sure it is? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh no, it's definitely not 616 versus 838. Although I think they are going to involve 838 a little bit. I mean, they kind of almost have to. Was it Bye 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 in the X-Men movie? Oh my, when they took his car? Oh my god, that is so fucking hilarious. That's amazing. Well then, double kudos on choosing that song for the beginning of Deadpool and Wolverine then. It's a nice callback. All right. Next. Now this was a small surprise. We have a live action Gambit, folks. And it's still fucking Channing Tatum. How do y'all feel about that? I'm kind of here for it. I'm not like, woo! But I'm kind of here for it. I just want them, again, as was alluded to a while ago now, as long as they continue to have him blow motherfuckers up with his staff, pause. I'm totally here for this shit. I mean, and you gotta have some sort of live action Gambit. And really, if you're gonna pile the mutants up like this, you gotta have a live action Gambit now. And we already had one, so exactly, Daniel. Remember watching a clip in the movie? Okay. C-Dub says 838 has Krasinski as Reed, who's dead. Patrick Stewart also dead in 838. X-Men First Class cast was briefly in Deadpool 2. Yes, they were. Yeah, actually Baron Mordo, well, there's two big characters to consider from the 838. First is Baron Mordo, who is basically the only survivor of the Illuminati that was there when Wanda attacked. And there's still that empty seat that presumably was for 838's Iron Man. So that's still floating out and about there. 838 could very well be the universe that we see an Iron Man variant from. Still think Gambit should get his own movie eventually. Well, as long as Marvel's, it's a situational thing, Brooke, for me. Would I like to see a Gambit solo flick? Sure. It like on paper, but it's really going to depend how well Marvel's doing at the time. You know, like if they've somehow managed to in the middle of the Mutant Saga to sink back into Phase 4 and 5 territory, then they most definitely should not do a solo Gambit movie. Now, if they're rocking along in a Phase 3 kind of mode, they can probably get away with it. Steve says it's the Deadpool versus 616 verse with an incursion. Yeah. Yep, that's how I see it. That's how a lot of people see it. Delta Dan says, especially Channing is age appropriate with the rest of the X-Men cast. This is true. I had not considered that, but that is true. There you are. Tom Cruise for the 838 Iron Man? I mean, I think it has been established that they talked to him about it for Doctor Strange 2. So I think personally it's not that likely, but I am not going to be like, fuck, no, that ain't happening, because the subject's been broached with him once. Don't know why it didn't work out. Was it money? Was it scheduling? Who knows? But the seed was planted towards the beginning of this current decade. So maybe. Don't know how likely, but maybe. But yeah, we getting Gambit. He's about to make a name for himself. Next chair. And the final member of the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards. Again, no big surprise. Oh, me too, Brooke. I'd love Tom Cruise's 838 Iron Man, especially if they made him, since that that particular group of Illuminati was kind of douchey. It'd be even more awesome if they made him like some sort of version of Superior Iron Man. Ooh, that'd be sick. Excuse me. Yep, Reed Richards. They finally finished off the Fantastic Four. I didn't even mean to make that sentence that alliterative. It just fucking worked out. But yep, there we go. Fantastic Four is complete. Not surprising. Kind of hype, but don't know how hype it should be because Pedro gets 5 chairs. Maybe 6, depending on his mood, you know, and what Sue's wearing. Why do the numbers do that? It's fucking annoying. Okay. Yep, Reed Richards. What do I think Namor and Doom's relationship will be if there is one? I have no idea what it would be if there is one. Probably fairly antagonistic because they're both narcissists, they're both very egotistical, and they're both kind of dicks. So I don't think it would be a good relationship, if there even is one. Oh, dudes and everything. Ha, I see where you're going there. I took it the way I normally take it, didn't I? Pause. Anyway, setting myself up for my own jokes. Jesus Christ. So yeah, but again, haven't seen the movie. Don't know how dope the character actually will be portrayed. But yeah, we got the Fantastic Four officially in Doomsday. No surprise. Don't know how hyped to be, but there it is. Next. And already announced last summer, one Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Every fucking time. Okay. Okay, better stop that before I get copy struck. And that was it. That was the reveal of the characters that they're willing to show us. What do y'all think? What is your final opinion on this event here? This long ass fucking stream that they did. Brooke says, I like how they have Peter Pascal's name right next to RDJ's name. Mr. Fantastic and Dr. Doom. Two smartest people in the Marvel Universe. And one of the biggest, longest lasting rivalries in the Marvel Universe as well. So yeah, that is a nice little thing. That is a nice little thing, Brooke, for sure. And you love the logo of Doomsday. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Bill the Dan says, I think I want to be Elizabeth Olsen's chair. Well, I don't think that. I know it. I know it. Just the scale of this movie is insane. Biggest crossover yet, says Brooke. Yeah, it's pretty goddamn huge. Now, that's the names we have. Any final thoughts on the names we have before we talk about the names we don't? I think we're all pretty much in agreement that that's what she said exactly. I think we're all pretty much in agreement that we're looking at some, if not like if not like a large adaptation, but a an homage to Avengers versus X Men. Obviously, that's coming. I mean, if it doesn't, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with all those fucking Fox X Men characters in there. But yeah, we're gonna get some flavor of AVX in this movie. There's just no way we're not at this point. Bill Dan says, "Yeah, crazy cast. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Well, at least the second half of it was." Brooke says, "No Chris Evans, right? That's one of them. But would love to see him as Hyder Cap and a Nomad variant. Yes, I would love to see him as both as well. But yeah, that's a good place to start. Did not see Chris Evans' name. We'd assume Thunderbolts leads right into Doomsday. I don't know about right into, but pretty much, yeah. I mean, not right into the way Rogue One led into A New Hope, but as yeah, that's gonna be the last bit of Earth-based setup we have for Doomsday, and then we'll get the Fantastic Four for the cosmic setup for Doomsday, and then Doomsday, because there aren't any movies between Fantastic Four and Doomsday. It's July, and then it's next May. Yeah, F4 does lead into Doomsday, cosmically. As far as the Earthbound teams go, it's Thunderbolts. And Cap 4. I have a feeling they're going to be. I have a feeling those two movies are going to be kind of running fairly concurrently. Obviously, we'll find out for sure this May. But right now, I just have the impression, I will say, that those movies are running pretty much concurrently. You know, this shit down here in Washington while that shit's happening in New York. But we'll see how they handle it. If they even reference Cap 4 at all. Well, no, they can't be running concurrently. Well, they could. And it's probably right after, though, considering, or at least maybe slightly mixed. Just depends on how they want to time the conversation between Bucky and Sam outside of Torres's hospital room. That's kind of like the jumping off point between the two. But I don't know how much after that conversation Thunderbolts is going to happen. But they both basically lead into Doomsday. Just, you know, there's going to be a Mackie team and there's going to be a Bucky team. Is pretty much how that's going to end up working out. Let's do this, chat. So far as the missing names, let's just start with the OG Avengers. Who we have, who we don't. Number one, we don't have Iron Man, but he's currently dead. So that makes sense. Number two, we don't have Cap. Plenty of rumors about Chris Evans, but name not listed. Personally, I think that's coming. We do not have Hulk. We never saw Mark Ruffalo's name. I'm not surprised we didn't see ScarJo's name, but I think we're going to get evil OG Avengers, so we'll probably see it later. But we'll see. We did not see Jeremy Renner's name. Iron Man. We saw Thor. Iron Man. Thor. We saw accounted for. Hulk didn't see. Hawkeye didn't see. Black Widow dead. Who the fuck am I missing? Iron Man, Thor, Cap. Hawkeye, Widow. There were 6 of them. Oh, Hulk. Okay, so yeah. Iron Man, dead. Thor, confirmed. Cap, didn't see his name. Black Widow, dead. Didn't see Hawkeye's name. Didn't see Ruffalo's name. That's the OG Avengers. Yeah, Nick Fury. Yep, no Nick Fury. No Rhodey yet. Nope, no Spider-Man yet. No Captain Marvel yet. Nope, no Doctor Strange yet, even though Cumberbatch already copped to being in it. His name did not appear in this. No, damn, what Travis said. Yeah, there's still some fairly big names that we did not see today. Now, a lot of people right after this freaked out, like, where the fuck are these people? What the hell's going on? Calm down, folks. There's like 45 to 50 names that are on this character list. And they gave us 25-ish. Of course they want to hold some shit back. Of course they want to hold some shit back. I mean, what the fuck are we going to talk about for the next 14 months if they don't hold some shit back? You know what I mean? So, Strange is excused because he's dealing with incursion crap already, but again, Cumberbatch already copped being in it, and Steve is either old or dead. Yes, but there are plenty of Steve Wilson variants that Chris Evans could be playing. Doesn't have to be 6'3" or 6'16" Steve. Or at least not the version of 6'16" Steve we saw at the end of Endgame. I don't know if you've seen Josh's theory video, but he feels like Doom could fuck with the Chris Evans that went to put the time stones back, or the Infinity Stones back. Yeah, there's plenty of versions of Steve Rogers for Chris Evans to play. and they probably didn't confirm him in it because they don't want us to know for sure that he's going to be playing more. He's going to be playing variants much more than the Infinity Saga Rogers. You know what I mean? Delta Dan says Strange needs to be in Doomsday to set him up being the sheriff for Doom. I mean, yeah, if they're adapting the Hickman run that closely, then yes. There's a lot of indications out there that they're not going with as much Hickman as we maybe originally thought they were, though. That is, I'm personally a lot less sure about how much I thought they were going to be doing like a shit ton of Hickman and then a little bit of 80 stuff. Um, it's starting to look like there's going to be a lot less Hickman stuff than I first anticipated. Travis says, I think there's an explanation of why these specific names were put out and probably the order the chairs were put in. I mean, that could be significant. I don't have a fucking clue. If the chair order is significant, that's not something I thought of. Maybe I'll check that out and rack my brains on it, but real talk, probably fucking not. I probably should, though. Brooks says originally Secret Wars had just the Beyonder. Yep, that's the 80s ones. But Hickman's Secret Wars was decided to retcon it as the Beyonders. Yep, and the original Beyonder was retconned as the original Cosmic Cube. Yes. Wonder how this will play out on the big screen. Yeah. Delta Dan says even if Strange is only in a post-credit scene. That's kind of the going speculation. After Cumberbatch was like, nope, I'm not in it, and then came back. I was wrong. I'm in it. Kind of makes it feel like he's not in it very much, which means, maybe a post credit scene or a very quick scene inside the movie towards the end of the movie. Um, but yeah, I don't think he's going to be in it much because of what Travis said. He's going to be out running around the galaxy with Clea, or at least that's what he should be doing. Bill Zan says, I'm honestly surprised the Hulk didn't get it, or She-Hulk didn't get a chair. I'm not surprised. I also will not be surprised if her name comes out later. Late this summer, maybe even fall. Rick says, I remember seeing rumors about Liam Neeson as the Beyonder. Would not have any issue with it personally, to be honest. I mean, that would be cool. I can totally see Liam Neeson as a Beyonder. Travis says, Reed being next to Doom and the X-Men all being together. Where are all the Foxmen? I'd have to go back. But yeah, I think you're right about that. While the F4 and Thunderbolts are all separated. An odd choice for it not to mean something. Hmm. Oh, we didn't see Tiana Paris on a chair either, Monica Rambeau, and we know she's in that Fox X-Men universe, Earth 1005. So that's another one. Excuse me. I just thought of. So, yeah, you could be onto something there, Travis. Kind of got me thinking about it. Not that I'll remember to think about it after Extreme, but right now you kind of got me thinking about it. Bill Dan says they got to have one of the Hulks. I'd rather Mark. Well, I don't see Feige bringing Norton back anyway. I mean, he could for Secret Wars, but I doubt it. We're definitely going to get Ruffalo. And unfortunately, he'll probably still be fucking Professor Hulk. But I don't see anyway we're not getting at least some Ruffalo in Doomsday. Who else did they not say? Captain Marvel, they didn't say. Obviously, they didn't mention any of the younger characters, the champions, that generation. They mentioned zero. They mentioned no Guardians. We saw no Guardian actors. We saw no Eternals actors. Eben Moss Backrack, yeah, he got one. He was the second member of the Fantastic Four to get a chair. Vanessa Kirby was second. Eben Moss Backrack was, I don't know, somewhere after the 10th chair, I think, maybe. And then we got Johnny, and then second to the last chair, we got Reed. So, yep. Yeah, when out of the teams, they got the whole team. Like, all the F4 was there, all the surviving Thunderbolts are there. Um, yeah. So, yeah, no, none of the Eternals had a chair currently. What else am I missing? I said Guardians. No Monica Rambeau. No Binary. No Brie Larson. No Nick Fury. No Ruffalo. Okay, so that's that. Ed Strange. No Holland. No Maguire. No Garfield. Um, no Marissa Tomei. No Daredevil. No matter what, I don't see D'Onofrio in it. Even if we get a little bit of Matt, I don't think we're gonna get D'Onofrio. Um, um, yeah, there's a lot of missing names, and people were freaking out. Like, what the fuck? Well, first of all, when it, a lot of people were like, "This is gonna be a fucking 9-hour stream if we're getting 50 fucking names," and then we stopped at like what 25, 26. I don't know. I have to go back and refund. Oh yeah, Rhodey. Thank you, C Dub. Steve says, I think they're saving all three Spideys, Strange Hulk, Fury, Hawkeye, Rhodey, Daredevil, Guardians, Wolverine, and Deadpool, Scarlet Witch, and Vision for Secret Wars. Thinking we didn't get Storm. We didn't get Toad. Um, no Rogue. No Iceman. No Kitty Pryde. Yeah. We still may get the Halle Berry Delta Dan. Well, there's no way in hell they're saving Holland just for Secret Wars. There's just no fucking way because Spider-Man 4 comes out right after Doomsday. Yeah, exactly. Delta Dan sucks with Anne Paquin. So Holland's going to be in it. There's just no fucking way. Now the other two, they very well could be saving for Secret Wars or even just Spider-Man 4. Doctor Strange, we're probably going to get a post-credit with him. Cumberbatch already said he's in the movie. I don't see any way they can save Hulk. He has to be part of the Earthbound team. Fury, eh. See, they're going to need as many Earthbound people as they can get, so I don't know that they would save Fury, Hawkeye, or Rhodey, or Daredevil. It actually makes more sense to have Daredevil in this one before the universe gets reset. Same for Hawkeye and Rhodey. Guardians, I could totally see them saving, or not. I could go either way on that. Maybe not Deadpool, but I don't see any way they can't have Jackman in this. Like, with all the rest of the Fox X-Men characters, there's no way in hell they're not having Jackman in this. I don't see it. Scarlet Witch and Vision, I guess I can see them saving them. I mean, if Elizabeth Olsen's to be believed, she's going to be filming a TV show while Doomsday is filming, so yeah, I guess not. I still fucking believe her. But yeah. Travis says, interestingly, no characters who are in space or another dimension from what I can tell. Guardians, Eternals, yeah, just Doom and the Fantastic Four. That's it for Cosmic. Everything else is Earthbound. Aren't Norton and Ruffalo the same Hulk? Yes, they are. That's why I don't think we're going to see Norton ever. Please no Elliot Page Kate. No, they'd have to recast. Deadpool and Wolverine? Definitely Wolverine. I don't see any way there's no Jackman. Maybe Deadpool, maybe not. I mean, they are in the same universe as the rest of the X people. Earth 10005, so, yeah, I don't know. Steve says, they do put Holland and Hulk, they will put him at the very end of the movie. Hulk? Yes. Tom Holland? No. You got to keep in mind the character fuckery they plan on employing with the face of Tony being on Doom. Think they'll put these guys in the movie, but as an end cliffhanger scene? No, there's going to have to be more interaction between Doom and Spidey for that. Because I don't think there's going to be a shit ton in Spider-Man 4. So they're going to have to put a lot in Doomsday. But I could see Hulk having a not large role. Travis says, Fury started the Avengers by recruiting Tony. I think he'd feel a sense or responsibility to confront Doom in some way. Also, with him being in space, he's probably going to encounter him anyway. Oh yeah, that's right. He's up in the Saber satellite doodad, isn't he? Yeah. It's entirely possible. It would not surprise me. Cedar says, Jackman definitely is in it, but they also might save him for the end cliffhanger with Holland and Strange. Yeah, I don't see any way Holland has a small role in Doomsday. Strange makes sense because he's out running around with Dormammu's daughter. But, you think? I mean, I can't say definitely no, but I really doubt it. That's just me, though. Like, the Tony Stark, Peter Parker relationship is just, like, one of the biggest ones they emphasized in Phase 3. So I don't see how they can only have Holland in the end, personally. Travis says, give Fury a goddamn Iron Man suit with one eye. I'm totally here for that. Delta Dan says, this is going to be a 2.5 hour movie minimum. Well, the Russos already came out and said that, yeah, that one's going to be 2.5, and Secret War is probably going to be 3. Basically just like Infinity War and Endgame. Travis says, Iron Fury just sounds awesome. Yeah, it does. If he had a huge role, why wouldn't they advertise Holland today? Same with Jackman. Because they don't want to blow their whole wad at once. Basically. I would not be surprised if we got a lot more of the big name announcements we didn't get today at San Diego Comic-Con. Because they're going to need juice for Comic-Con. They can't blow their whole wad with this announcement. I think Comic-Con's where we're going to get the rest of the big character announcements. Brie Larson didn't have a chair. No, she didn't. Wouldn't mind being that chair either. Neither would I, as long as she wasn't talking. I think they're saving those names for SDCC C-Dub. My opinion, but that's what I think they're doing. Like, oh, and by the way, we got these motherfuckers too. Travis says, watch them pull a Matrix 2-3 and either Doomsday or Secret Wars are split into 2 and released at different parts of the same year. Won't happen, but it'd be interesting. There's a lot of people that want that to happen. And a lot of people, there's a fair chunk of people that think it still could. More for Secret Wars being split into 2 than Doomsday. I mean, a lot of people were speculating that was going to be today's announcement. So, I mean, I also don't think it will happen. But, it'd be interesting for sure if it did. For sure. yes, that other thing I wanted to show you. Because I still think both movies could be split into two parts. Such a long and complex story. Marvel did say they. Yeah, I was just getting to that. There were a couple of things. Okay, so that'll be there. Okay. So first out came this post from Boris Kitt of the Hollywood Reporter. It says sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that while 26 or so actors were announced for Doomsday, Marvel is not done with reveals, however they come. There will be more actors in this. And then yeah, the headline, blah blah blah. So the Hollywood Reporter already popped off. Saying we're going to get more people. I know I'm not verified yet because I'm not giving you money, you motherfucker. And then there's this from Robert Downey Jr.'s Instagram today. It says, that's what you call a deep bench of talent. Actually, it's more like a row, but an extra long one. That must be it, right? Marvel Studios responds 22 minutes later. There's always room for more. There's going to be more announcements. And we'll probably get a fair chunk of them at SDCC. And they may even save a couple for D23. They may be saving names for both. With a cast that big, it wouldn't surprise me if they split them up between those two. I think SDCC comes first, right? Generally, in the year. If one of you wants to check me on that, I wouldn't mind at all. Travis says, Michael C. Hall from Dexter looks like he'd be a great Beyonder. And really, you could almost cast... Well, no, I can't say that. But yeah, I think he'd be cool as a Beyonder. Brooke says, I should say both movies should be split into two parts. If you really wanted to get into some shit, yes. Yeah, they could easily make 10 hours worth of movie for Doomsday and Secret Wars. 2.5 hour. Both movies split into 2.5 hour movies instead of one 2.5 hour movie and one 3 hour movie. July 24th for SDCC. Okay. When's D23? Travis says, that would be insane, but would help movies feel like events again and condition people to want to go back to theaters. To a certain extent, I agree. There's a lot going on of why people don't want to go back to theaters. But it would help. Potentially. It could definitely potentially help. Excuse me. So, it was already, and as we've talked about before, when the trades announce something that's basically confirmation, since the trades are basically the mouthpiece of the studios these days. But we basically also got confirmation from Marvel Studios when they responded to RDJ. I I don't know if that was worked out in advance. Very well could have been. Would not surprise me. But yeah, there's more cast announcements to come. Late August for D23? Okay. Huh. Okay, so they start filming in a couple... Well, it says it's in production right now. So, wait a minute. Bear with me, chat. I'm going to look at something. She's supposed to star in a new FX show. When does it film? Okay, the show's called Seven Sisters. Now, ask Google when that bitch films. When does Seven Sisters go? Oops. Come on, Google AI. Yes, I know. There's been given a pilot order. I understand that. But when does it film? Okay, it's ordered a pilot. Fuck your ad, dude. All right, bear with me, plot. Some sister dresser, Elizabeth Olsen, blah blah blah. Who'll direct it? Don't care. Large type here. If the pilot goes forward, oh, really? Okay, so that she's already in that. In production on the Warner Brothers thriller Panic Carefully, opposite Julia Roberts. Okay. But a lot of people were saying she would not have time to be in Doomsday because she's filming the Seven Sisters thing. But if she's only filming a pilot, I'm going to have to dig into that some more. I got to try and remember to dig into that some more. Interesting. I'm really starting to like. I didn't believe her in the first place when she said she wasn't going to be in either movie. Her talking about that TV show she's going to be filming soon was kind of like, okay, maybe you won't be in Doomsday, but there's no way in fuck she's not going to be in Secret Wars, and I still firmly believe that. But given the fact that in the interview where she said she wasn't going to be in either one, she was talking about filming that TV show. She didn't mention that all that's been commissioned so far is the pilot. One episode. If she's trying to use one episode of a TV show as an excuse as to why she's not going to be in Doomsday, bullshit. Bullshit. Now, it did say there's that other project she's currently in production on, but I don't know when that started. I didn't get the name. I don't know any of that. I don't feel like researching it right here on stream, unless you guys want me to. But, yeah. Beldan says, my girl Lizzie gonna be in it. Oh, you thought about going to SDCC? That'd be cool. Oh, you threw the Discord link in the chat. Thank you, Delta Dan. Yeah, join the Discord. And if you don't catch it in the chat, if you're on the replay, then it's in the description of this video. By the way, did everyone hit like? Looks like everyone hit like. Thank you very much. Has everyone that's been in here or currently in here hit the sub button? Because that would be really cool if you would do that. And if you may even want to hit the notification bell so you know every time I'm doing something around here. Around here. So yeah, hit all the buttons. Hit all appropriate buttons. Please and thank you. That'd be great. And also, thanks for being here, everyone that is here or watching on the replay. Thank you for clicking and sticking with it so far. So yeah, I think she's full of shit. For sure with Secret Wars and maybe even for Doomsday as well. Justin Brooke says, may or may not go to SDCC, hoping to find some friends who are willing to tag along. Or you could just stay at your mom's friend's place in San Diego if you decide. I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool and a hell of a lot cheaper than a hotel. Bill Dan says, just an 8-hour drive to San Diego, the most boring drive ever on Highway 5. Oh, really? It's 8 hours from the Bay to San Diego? Well, San Diego is like, what, hour or two south of LA, so I guess that makes sense. I keep forgetting how far south of LA San Diego is until I actually sit here and fucking think about it. So, yeah, you kind of are on opposite ends of California from San Diego, aren't you? The Bay's pretty up there. Yeah. The LBC? Nice. Cali is pretty fucking big. Cali is pretty fucking big. I mean, I can drive. I can do a 9-hour drive in Michigan. From. So when I went to Michigan Tech up in Houghton, in the Upper Peninsula, that little point that pokes off top of the Upper Peninsula, y'all see on maps, I was halfway up that when I went to college. So yeah, that was about a 9-hour drive from where I lived at the time to Michigan Tech. So that was up and across and up again, but I can still drive 9 hours inside my own state too. Brooke says 8-hour drive sounds kind of boring, but if I have to drive for that long, I can probably manage it. Just need to find good rest stops, ideally. Yeah, I about 2 hours give or take, depending LA to San Diego. Okay, thanks, Brennan. I drove from Flint, Michigan to Las Vegas in about 30, somewhere between 30 and 32 hours. I stopped on, I believe it's the Iowa-Nebraska border for like a 5-6 hour nap. But drive time was like 30, 31 hours, I think, total. So 2 days of driving about 15 hours. I did that once. I don't think I'm going to do that shit again. Unless I have to, but yeah. So we are getting more characters. We will see announcements out of the big names that we did not see today. And maybe they'll throw in a surprise or two. You never fucking know. Del Dan says, I work down in LA from time to time. I can make it there in 5 to 7 hours depending on traffic. But San Diego is near the border and you got to get through LA traffic. Yeah, LA traffic will fuck you. It'll fuck you. I've never lived in Cali, never visited, never been there, but the reputation is strong for LA traffic. So, but yes, a lot of the missing characters from today, they're on their way. We'll probably hear about them in July. I'm not sure. I don't live there anymore. I actually moved out of Flint like literally the year before they did the stupid thing and fucked up all their water. Like if not a few months before. It was I moved down to the Metro Detroit area. And not that long after I moved, that's when they did the thing and made the water all nasty. These days, I don't know. That happened in like 2014. I would hope it's fucking figured out by now. I mean, we're going on 11 years since that shit happened. I would hope they have it under control at this point. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, fear not, chat. The more of the bigger names that we thought we were going to see today, but didn't. They're on the way. They're on the way. SDCC, probably some at D23. We'll probably get some leaks and scoops in between now and then, too. So, I'm not worried, chat. I don't think you should worry either. Now, why they chose to split the cast the way they did? Fuck if I know. Like, real talk. Fuck if I know. No idea. But they did. And hopefully we end up, if not liking the reasons, at least understanding the reasons. Cito says, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I don't think we're going to get another round of casting reveals for this movie. Seems like they're saving the others for the aftermath. Well, I mean, Marvel literally said there's going to be more. Bill Dan says, Bay Area traffic sucks too, but LA drivers are the worst. Maybe comparable to Silicon Valley drivers. I live way out of the city, so I'm used to commuting. Oh, okay. Good amount of this cast could be body counts. I think you can definitely count on the Fox X characters. I believe they will form a majority of the body count. It's just my opinion. I really have nothing to base that on. But yeah, I feel like the Fox X-Men characters are gonna form a pretty high percentage of the whatever body count happens in that movie. Double-digit viewers, thank you, chat. I love it. Thank y'all. Y'all are the bomb. There might even have been enough double-digit viewers for this stream to where it might average double digits, and that would be sweet. And for that, I'm going to, in anticipation, say thank you. But yeah, I don't see any way around there being... They're probably not going to do a full AVX story, obviously, because they got a lot of shit they got to get done in this fucking movie. Like, a lot. But we're going to get an AVX battle. I don't see any way around that. And that'll probably be... That'll probably be a third act battle. That might be the big third act battle. Actually, they'll probably run parallel battles, the way they did in Infinity War. I feel like we'll be bouncing back and forth between AVX scenario, which is 616 versus 1000 or 10,005, 10005, and we'll probably have a cosmic battle going on at the same time between Doom and Loki. That's my theory. That's my hypothesis. That's my guess. That's my hunch. Because we're gonna have there's going to be probably a few simultaneous battles happening because we're going to have two Earthbound teams running around. We're going to have the Mackie team and we're going to have the Bucky team. There's no way we're not going to have Spider-Man. And whoever else they have Earthbound. Captain Marvel. Of course, she's in space right now, though, isn't she? She may end up being in the cosmic part of it. Very possibly. But yeah, I feel like the AVX thing they're going to build. And I feel like that'll be one of the big third act battles. Doom Loki will be a big third act battle. There's no way there's not going to be a shit ton of action in this movie, basically, is what that boils down to. Actually, you know what? One way they could do it is maybe in the second act they could do the battle between 616 and 10005, and then have the survivors of that battle team together against Doom's henchmen against 616, like 10005. That universe will go. And then the survivors will be helping to take on Doom's henchmen for the Earthbound characters on 616. And then you'll have the Doom Loki thing also happening in the third act. I think that makes sense. What do you think, chat? Delta Dan says, I live in a farm area / Delta water off the bay, an hour away from Frisco without traffic. Oh, okay. What do y'all think of that hypothesis, chat? Did that make any sense to you? Am I making sense? Dan says, I'm thinking it's about bedtime. Yeah, I'm kind of getting there. We're getting right there with you. Well, not bedtime, but time to stop talking so much, ease my throat, and go eat some ice cream. Doom Loki scenes in the third act sounds good. I mean, that's what makes the most sense. Yeah. I mean, there does still have to be time in the third act for the forming of whatever version of Battle World they're going to use. But yeah. Yeah. All right. As Spicy Dan was kind enough to bring up, it's Brennan says makes sense to me. Cool. I think it's we're working down to that time. Did I watch Electric State? Speaking of the Russos, I have not. I don't think I've watched a Russo film outside of the MCU that I am aware of, and definitely nothing they've made since Endgame. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start working my way out of here, though, folks. I'm kind of with Spicy Dan. I need to get into my pre-bed. Is it very meh? Okay. I need to get into my pre-nighty go CP time routine here pretty soon. But I would love to hear any final thoughts and opinions you may have, chat. I love you, C-Dub. I just disagree. For the record. It's all love, my guy. I just don't agree with your assessment. Isn't Gray Man Russo's? I believe it is. And I did not watch it. Bill Dan says it wasn't great. One wasn't bad for a streaming movie, but I heard it was. Yeah, they spent like $320 million on that motherfucker. I think. That I don't mind googling. Yep, $320 million they spent on that motherfucker. That's crazy. You've seen the Hemsworth Netflix movies? What are those called? I haven't watched either of them yet. I heard the second one's actually better than the first one. I heard the second one's actually better than the first one. You've seen Gray Man too? Okay. That's Cavill, right? With the mustache? Or is that a different one I'm thinking of that's also a Netflix movie? So much stuff out there. Jesus Christ. So hard to keep track of. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here, chat. I, as always, am so fucking grateful to you guys for hanging out with me as much as you do, spending as much time here in the basement with me as you do. Y'all the shit. And don't you fucking forget it. Hope you had a good time tonight talking about that big old reveal we got today. You like the first Hemsworth movie, not the second one? Delta Dan? All right. Well, I haven't seen either of them, so. Oh, I almost thought of the name, but then it escaped me again. Anyway. Yeah. Getting on out of here. We'll be back here Saturday night for the regular Saturday stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then back again next Tuesday for episode 7 of Daredevil for the watch party. So I hope to see you at those next 2 upcoming streams. And again, I thank you very, very much for being awesome enough to hang out here in the basement with me and listen to me blather about nerdy things. Oh, you didn't see the second one. Okay. All right, folks. Much love, much gratitude. Hope to see you Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace. Oh, yeah. How about that, folks? 2.5 hours on one motherfucking subject. Not fucking bad at all. But you know what made it dope? Can you guess what I'm about to say made this stream dope? I hope you can, because I say it every goddamn time, because it's true every goddamn time, and that is this stream is dope because of you guys. Period. End of story. These streams are dope because of y'all. And I thank you for it. I thank you for being here. I thank you for being an awesome community. And most of all, I thank you for being crazy enough to put up with me. So, next time here, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you back here in the basement. But until then, wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Later.